Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and we get to the end of a very long week. And I say a long week, it's been pretty tough work wise this week, a lot to do, but anyway, training wise it's been pretty easy. I've been recovering from Windsor last weekend, and I'm currently doing my pre-race opener session that's been set, so it's probably only one or two intense workouts this week as we go into another race weekend where I take on a new event, which is the Bridge Dartford Triathlon. So if you're a fellow athlete out there, you've probably been fighting and struggling with the heat all week. Has made training a little bit tougher, but luckily for me, like I said, most of my sessions have been pretty easy. I did run on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday, which was for an hour with a few efforts in, and I chose to do that early morning. Got up at 5:30 and got out just because it was going to be 30 odd degrees that day, and the only time I could have run realistically was at lunchtime or early morning, so it made sense to get it done. And I don't like running first thing, so yeah, it was tough in that sense, but I'm glad I did that. And as I said, this session today is just about keeping the legs awake and remembering what it feels like for a bit of effort. That's the whole, I suppose, goal of it. We've got 2 blocks of 5 minutes, and then 2 blocks of another 5 minutes, which is slightly harder effort. But yeah, that's kind of me. And then tomorrow, just on Saturday, I've got a 30-minute run, and then I'll take you along the race on Sunday. Oh well, bugger, it's raining all week. We've had beautiful weather, and here we are, race morning everyone, and it's pouring, and we've just had some lightning. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm gonna get to the venue and then we'll see what's going to go on. I think it will clear, to be honest. I don't think it's forecast to be all morning, but yeah, I've had some emails from the organisers to say the water was 21 degrees on Monday, so weather, that means there'll be a non-wetsuit swim, because if it goes over 22 then it will be. But I think with the rain, I think we'll be all right. I think the swim will be wetsuit allowed, hopefully, because it has cooled down. So we'll see when we get there. It's not far from me, so my race, the Bridge Triathlon, is only in Dartford, which is about 25 minutes away from me, so it's nice to have a triathlon fairly close to home. I've never done this one before, so it will be a new one and a new event for me and a new experience, and I hope you can see me on this because I'm filming this in the car. Again, I'm doing this on my own because it's a quick one from home, so I'm not really sure how much I'm going to film and how much I'm going to be able to show you, but I'll try and capture as much as I can. Obviously we're going to be lacking on race footage, so I do apologise for that, but yeah, I'll try and do my best. Well, here we are. It is a strange place for a triathlon. It's really odd. Sounds sort of very industrial around here, but it's cleared up a little bit. It stopped raining, but I don't think it's finished. In fact, it's starting to spit again, and I'm reluctant to walk the bike through that. My name, Mansfield Daniel.
Sorry, first one. Yeah. Okay.
I'm walking back to the car because somebody's made a right cock up here, and that cock up is me. I could have swore I entered the Olympic, but I haven't. I've entered the sprint. So it's now nearly 6:15 and the sprint doesn't start till 8:15. Yeah. Okay. Silly error to make, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. Just got up ridiculously early for no reason, but I'm going to put the bike back in the car and just go and watch it for an hour or so, I suppose, watch the Olympic, and at least I capture some race footage, I suppose. Maybe it's just not me, but yeah, that's the plan. And then I'll come back for the bike and the race gear to set up a bit later on. Silly Danny. Okay, so I've dumped the bike back in the car, put all the stickers on, helmet, that kind of thing, bike, race numbers, it's all sorted. So I'm now just walking back to the event, and I'll try and take in a little bit of the route and see where we're going, because it is a lapped course, particularly on the bike. Now I've got to find out how many laps I'm doing now. I'm doing the sprint, it must be about 4, and then have a little look at the lake, and we'll try and have a little look at the run route as well. Okay, so that is the lake. I'm not really sure what the course is. I can see a couple of boys out in the far distance, but I know that for the 750 it's 1 lap of whatever the course is, and then yeah, it's 3 laps on the bike and then 1 on the run. So that's the sprint distance, and to be honest, yeah, a bit of a mess up, but you know what, it's probably good for me because I've got quite a tough week of training ahead, so I'm not too disappointed. So it's quite a small transition area, it's fairly narrow. This is the swim in and out, I believe, so it shouldn't be hard to find a bike. So I think this is the cycle route, and the road that takes you out transition, and then you do a left here. Now if the roads are like this, whew, I'm going to be a happy man, because they look in good nick. So surface wise, let's hope they're all like that around the route. So with it being a lapped course, I don't think it's going to be particularly fast. So here you can see there's a sharp left turn here, and then you've got a couple of roundabouts to negotiate. Now I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is a certainly better view of the swim course. You can see the far buoy, so you swim into that basically, then over to this one here, then you're coming down to the closest one, and I think there's one behind this bank. It's like a square. I can see the lead canoe out there, and the first swimmers are in the water, and there's a big gap from first to second. So it's time to get the bike for the second time and get to transition. Okay everyone, it is now the very next day after that race, and my footage did end, you know, fairly abruptly, and I do apologise for that, but it's difficult to race and film and worry all about that kind of thing. And ultimately, I'm there to race, and that is the main goal. So, you know, any footage I do capture on my own, I always think is a bit of a bonus, but hopefully that gave you a bit of a sense of the experience that I had on the race day. So you're probably wondering how that race went, and it was okay. You know, I finished the sprint in around 1 hour 15, which I think I'm fairly pleased with. I had a mediocre swim. It's as good as what it can be at the moment, what with the issues I've had going on. My swim is not quite where it should be, but you know, we just take what we can, and I was happy with that. I think I was, you know, satisfied. And then we went on to the bike leg. Now on the race day, I did mention in my footage that I felt there will probably be some sharp turns on that bike course, and that was certainly the way it was. I think on each lap there were 5 or 6 really sharp turns. So what I mean by that, you had to slow down and turn at 180 degrees. Now that kind of course and that kind of riding doesn't suit me as a rider, because slowing down and then turning and then using lots of power to build your speed up as quickly as you can, it just isn't me. But you know what? The course did have a lot of straight bits on it, which you could build up the speed. The good thing about that course, it was completely closed roads and it was really easy to navigate. It didn't feel like there was loads of athletes on it and you had space, and I thought it would be a bit cramped up in places, but it wasn't too bad at all. I used the same method as what I did at Windsor by clipping my shoes in transition. So I just jumped straight onto the bike, slipped my feet in, and that again works perfectly. I think I came home in 36 minutes and some change. So overall, I was fairly happy with the bike leg. And then we were out onto the run. And again, like I have in previous races, I had some really good run legs. It's so nice to feel like that when you're in a triathlon. So I started off at around 4:15 a kilometre pace and felt really comfortable and was sustaining that for the first 2k. And then all of a sudden, which is a bit of a shame really, I had an awful stitch starting in my right side of my lower abdomen. And it was just one of those where it was so sharp. There's not a lot you can do about it, and I just had to ease off the pace a little bit, and it went out to 4:30 a kilometre and just tried to sustain that for a bit. It did ease towards the end again and I was able to pick it up, but I think I came in at 21 minutes and a bit, and yeah, you know, it would have been faster certainly, but overall, when you look at the positives, the run legs are certainly good in the triathlons, and I'm just really pleased at my run form at the moment. Overall, it was a really good hit out, and I do like the sprint distance for that, but it's a hard effort, make no mistake about that. Would I do that course again? Would I do that race again? I think so. You know, racing 20 minutes from home is something new for me, and it's nice, you know, that you don't have a long journey after or before and that kind of thing. And I like supporting the smaller event organisers, and I certainly think they'll probably feature there again at some point in the future. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video and the sum up towards the end there. We move on now to the next race, which is the Cotswold Classic, which is actually in 3 weeks time, so I've got a bit of time to do a bit of race specific work. And yeah, I'll take you along with me for that. I'll have a crew with me, which is the wife and the child, so I should be able to get some good race footage for that one. I should see you next week at some point. I've got some plans to bring some shorter videos during the week for you, so stay tuned. If you're new around here, hit the sub button, always appreciated, and I will see you soon.